Hi there, here's Chef Bonus, and this video it's all about stock, and I'm gonna explain you in an easy way, like French words for stock, types of stock, things goes in stock, stock ingredients, about quality stock, and seasoning and spices. And I added a lot of stuff in this video, so do listen. And before that, start with this, let me just tell you that as we know that we have to keep a knowledge about theoretical in a better way, because theoretical and practical goes hand in hand, right? So we just can't skip anyone, both priorities in top. So what we do is, if we have a great knowledge about theoretical, so definitely we can do, or you can give your best in practical, because knowledge really matters, right? So before that, I welcome to my channel. This is my first video, so please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. So let's start with the stock. About stock, right? It's about stock. What do you mean actually all about stock? Stock is something that a pot, a lot of water, and adding a lot of ingredients in that, and just boil it and extract the flavor and just keep it rest, so we can use in any dishes where we want to add. Exactly not. That is actually the process, but exactly not that what the process, how it goes. There are a lot of things that we have to keep an idea that before putting in that pot, right? So before that, let's know about a bit, like French word for stock is foundation or base, right? A good stock is the foundation of soup, sauce, stew, etc. A stock may be defined as unthickened liquid flavored by soluble substances extracted from meat, poultry, fish and their bones, and from vegetables and seasoning. Our objective is preparing stock is to select the proper ingredients and to extract the flavor. In other words, to combine the correct ingredients with the correct procedure. And there's a two types of stock. The one white stock, another one is brown stock. That we know, everyone, that is a white stock and brown stock. What do you mean by white stock and brown stock? But before that, let's see that what are the main thing goes actually in the stock pot. It's not about, we know there's a common thing that we know actually the pot contains the vegetables like mirepoix, bones, a little bit of acidic, and the water. Definitely that's only one medium to extract the flavor, right? So here we can see the ingredients, that what are the things what we add in the stock pot. So here we can see a pot where a lot of stuff is inside, which is in simmer, and slowly and gradually is extracting all the flavors from whatever we're adding in the stock pot straight in the pot, right? So first is bone, we have a mirepoix, then we have acid products, then we have seasoning and spices, right? There's the four main prime things that what we add in stock pot to get a better and quality stock, right? So let's start understanding about bone, that what kind of bones we added actually in the stock pot. So here we're going to start with the bones. Bones are the major ingredients for stock. Flavor and body of stock are derived from the bones of chicken, fish, beef, whale, lamb, ham and cane. In particular, this are the body and flavor which is derived. So chicken bones are used for the chicken stock, fish bones used for the fish stock, and beef bones are used for the beef stock, right? So that's a common thing that everybody knows about in culinary. So let's start that what are the prime bones that what we use in stock pot, right? So you can start with the prime bones. These are those bones actually which is used to make a quality stock. The first one is cartilage, is the best source of gelatin in bones. Then we have knuckle bones on the joint of the major bones. Then we have the neck bones are also used, and the last, the shank bones are also used. So these are the four major bones that what we use for the quality stock. And what size we have to put in the stock pot, that cut large bones into pieces about 3 inches 8 centimeter long. This exposes more surface area and acid extraction. So we're gonna start with the next slide. It's all about a mirepoix, right? So aromatic vegetables are the most important contributors for the flavor to stock. for the vegetable stock, they are the most important. We are talking about actually a vegetable stock, right? There's no meat at all in that, right? Only the pure vegetable. In case of that, then the vegetable is the prime thing that we have to contribute, and keep an idea that what are the things we're going to add in the vegetable stock so we can get a perfect flavor. Mirepoix is a combination of onion, carrot and celery. Basic flavor preparations used in all area cooking. Will not only for flavoring stock but also used for preparing sauce, soup, meat, poultry, fish and vegetables. Any of dishes you're making, if you use the Mirepoix, it's just going to enhance the flavor, right? So start with the white Mirepoix, means colorless stock, right? So while you're making a white stock, then you have to keep an idea that the stock should not get any color. It must be colorless stock, right? So we have to figure out that what are the substitution that what we going to use to make a white stock, right? Like parsnips are you substitute for carrot. Then we have a celery root can be substitute for the stalks celery. Adding mushroom trimmings, and leek is the Mirepoix. Leek in the Mirepoix instead of part of onion gives an excellent flavor. Well, everybody knows about the Mirepoix percentage, like onion, we have then a carrot, then we have a celery. It must be onion will be a 50%, where the carrot will be 25% and the celery will be 25%, right? This is the major distribution of in Mirepoix, like what percentage we have to add it, right? So let's go to the next slide. About cutting Mirepoix. Yes, well, cutting Mirepoix is very important, that how you cut. Like it depends on how long you're gonna cook the stock, because how long that matters, that what size you're going to cut the Mirepoix, right? Like the size of the vegetables, like a dice, but how big dice you want to put in the stock pot, because at the same time when you cook the vegetable, so exactly what time you're going to withdraw the pot from the heat, so exactly that time the vegetable not be gets too cooked that it can be a mess, or it can make your stock cloudy. If you cook for long, then the maximum cut of vegetable will be 1 to 2 inches, 3 to 5 centimeter, right? Cutting into smaller pieces is necessary for releasing flavor in short time, right? So let's start with acid products, right? Tomato products contribute flavor and some acid to brown stock. Tomato product, it gave a richness to the stock. Well, the brown stock is already a brown, so if we add some of the red in color in that, so it automatically get caramelized in heat and give another a brown color. So there's no problem adding a little bit of tomato, so it enhances the flavor and give a richness, and the acid helps to get more and more extract good amount of flavor from vegetable and the body of bones. Be careful not to add too much of tomato, which can make the stock too much cloudy, right? But for the white stock, we just can't use, because we have a lot of substitute, because not to get the color in white stock, right? It must be a colorless. So for white stock, we're going to add a little bit of wine, a white wine, as a acid product, that what we adding tomato product in brown stock, right? So let's jump to the next slide. Is about seasoning and spices. Herbs and spices are usually tied in a cheesecloth bag called a sachet de spices. It is a French word. Well, it's also called a bouquet garni. It is an assortment of fresh herbs and other aromatic ingredients tied in a bundle with string. So with string is because of we can withdraw anytime when we require, because if we feel that that's herbs making more concentrated flavor, so we can withdraw anytime with the help of the string. Just to pull it out and easily you can take it out, right? A basic bouquet garni contains a piece of leek, celery, thyme sprigs, bay leaf and parsley stem. Ingredient can change to suit different recipes. Yes, you can easily. It's like if you're making something different dishes and you don't think that I suppose to put this kind of herbs and might be the time will not go or not suit to your recipe, you can easily change. That be your own bouquet garni you can make, right? Next slide. And here the seasoning and spices commonly used for stock are the bay leaf, thyme, parsley stems, cloves, peppercorn, garlic. These are the major things that is like for real goes in the sachet. Here, how to use onion for flavoring. This is an interesting thing. Well, I have no idea that you guys know about this or not, but this is something extra I'm putting in this, which is very important to understand. This that how to use onion actually for flavoring. It is an additional which is straightly goes in the stock pot. In French word is called ognon brûlé, means burnt onion. Is completely burnt onion, right? So sometimes it is used for brown stock for the color as well as for the flavor. Cut the onion half crossway and place it towards the heat. Cut side down on a flat top range. Cook until the cut surface is dark brown. And then add to the stock pot and straightly put in the stock pot. So that really gives a good flavor, which again to enhance and give a good color to the brown stock. So let's go to the next slide. Is another form of onion for flavoring. There is a second way to flavoring, but this is for the white stock. In French word is known as ognon piqué. So PK. So it's pronounced as a PK. This way is not generally used so much for the stock, but for soup and sauce. Even you can put in stock, white stock, but not to give you so much color, but it's generally is not for color, it's for the flavoring agent. To prepare this one is to peel onion, adding the bay leaf and clove attached to the onion, make removing the easier when your cooking is finished, right? So once you put this onion, which is one clove will be attached with a bay leaf, so just straightly put in the stock pot, and when you're done with cooking, so whenever you feel like to withdraw that, you can easily take your spatula or ladle or anything, just get the thing out, and when you think that flavor is enough, that particular flavor is enough for the stock or soup. That's generally soup for the soup actually. So let's go and talk about the ingredient for vegetable stock. Vegetable stock made without any animal product. There's no animal, there's nothing, only it's about a pure vegetable stock. Basic ingredient for vegetable stock is the vegetables, herbs and spices, water definitely, and sometime little wine for the acidic, just for a perfect acidic test, right? Perfect acidic taste. And if you want to particular flavor to predominate, use a large quantity of that particular vegetable. That is important. For example, if you want to make a mushroom soup or broth, then we have to use that particular mushroom to be in a larger quantity to make it a perfect soup or broth. With smaller quantity of more neutral vegetables like onion or celery. To round out the vegetable for more neutral, add purpose vegetable stock, because vegetable stock already has a good amount of flavor which is already extracted from a lot of vegetable, but it's completely a neutral liquid. So while making a mushroom soup, well, you're adding a good amount of mushroom and adding a little bit of stock, where it helps to give a neutral flavor, where the main prime vegetable will be the mushroom, because it's all about a mushroom soup, right? Avoid strong flavored vegetables and use more balanced proportions of ingredient for stunning flavor. Here are some few additional stuff you must keep in mind. Cook long enough to extract flavor, but not so long that flavor are lost. Time 30 to 45 minutes. Starchy vegetables such as sweet potatoes and winter squash make a stock cloudy. We have to keep in mind that while you're putting the vegetables in the vegetable stock, it's important that what are the things that you're going to add in the stock pot, because when you're adding the stock pot, you must keep in the mind that the stock not get mess. right? So this is really important, so use them, but not when clarity is not important that much. Strong flavor must be avoided. This video was the part 1 because the stock is is very vast, so I just can't just done with the slides, and some more is going to become the part 2 where I'm going to upload soon, and where it's all about a white stock and the brown stock, where I'm gonna bring a lot of important contents where you know how to figure it out any books. I will help you out, and please do comment well where I can know that what extra thing that I have to put in that, so it's easy for you to not to go through books but easy to go through the videos, right? Thank you, and yeah, thank you for watching. I'm Chef Bonus. See you soon there.